So recently I made a video covering some of the latest leaks that were happening with Hazbin Hotel Season 2, and things have only gotten crazier since. Both vivziepop and gooseworx have made various comments on the situation, and the leaker actually managed to get themselves caught in one of the stupidest ways imaginable. I'm going to go through everything that's happened since, and give my thoughts as we go along. To give a brief summary of the situation so far, basically a hacker managed to get a hold of various episodes, scenes and concepts from Hazbin Hotel Season 2, and leaked them over on Telegram, which eventually managed to spread all over other platforms like YouTube, Twitter and TikTok. A good effort was made to try and combat the spread of these leaks, but obviously it is the internet, and once something's on there, it's very hard to get rid of. As time went on, we got some more detail into how this all happened in the first place, and it turns out that it wasn't anything too grand, and just that one of the outsourced companies that had been working on the season had been hacked, so they only managed to gain a few of the episodes they had specifically been working on. This also explains why they only got some parts and early stage development art, since they had not actually been finished in the first place. After the hacker managed to get a hold of these, they immediately tried to flog them in a Telegram group for around $100 to $200 per episode and concept. Just like anything online, people were stupid enough to actually go and pay this guy money, which inevitably got them scammed and their money completely wasted. Once payment had been sent over, instead of getting the episode or concept art that had been paid for, they instead received random episodes and storyboards from other cartoons and shows. Realistically, it does suck to have your money scammed like that, but if you are going to buy anything from a shady Telegram chat, you have to come to terms with the fact that the money could be completely forfeit, since there's no obligation for them to follow through. It turns out that eventually all of this caught up with the leaker, who has now been allegedly arrested and charged $100,000 for their crime. A police report was posted into the Telegram, which someone else then translated, giving further insight into the leaker, and it turns out they've been doing this for other shows like Squid Game and the Atlanta series. This led to them being detained and let out under judicial supervision, but immediately went back to republishing them as soon as they got out. Reading through his statement, he talks about how he got access to these shows, which was through what seems to be a data leak, including one of the employees at the company that allowed him to log in and view the episodes. At some point, the company might have noticed the breach and changed the passwords, but it was too late, and the leaker had managed to re-download the episodes and distribute them to the public. Underneath, they revealed that they only managed to make $6,000 off the whole scam, which I doubt they'll let them keep since it was obviously obtained illegally. For some reason, they also waived their right to a lawyer, which is pretty interesting since there's pretty much no reason to do so, and is also quite beneficial for you to have. The funny part about all this is, despite being previously detained for the same reason, this guy made no attempt to hide his identity at all. All the payments were made to their Wise account, which is basically the same as having a normal bank account and can be traced back to you pretty easily. Generally, to avoid all this, people will use crypto to avoid a trail being left behind them, but they made no effort to do so, which just kinda shows how stupid they really are. So now they have to foot a $100,000 bill with nothing to show for it and potentially jail time. Before the leaks got out, vivziepop made a couple of posts briefly talking about some that had already happened, saying, "Sharing any leaked content is the #1 way to earn disdain from people who work in this industry. The disrespect should be obvious, but what can you do?" She also says it's also just people seeing unused concept art, never meant to be seen, and judging or comparing it to the final product. It's unfair and just demoralizes everyone's work and the final product meant for release. If you care at all about the shows and who make them, don't do it. After all the leaking and the results of the US election, she made a final post saying that she was leaving Twitter as well. gooseworx also made a post over on Tumblr after someone asked about the leaking and what would be the result if it happened to the digital circus, and she responded saying, "If it happens, it happens," still not changing anything about the story. Overall, it's great they managed to get this mostly resolved. Obviously, the leaks are still going to be present regardless of how much they try and take them down, so just be careful when viewing socials for any potential spoilers. Hopefully, since the company went and changed the passwords, there won't be any more leaks in the future, but we can't know for sure. I still just can't believe how stupid the leaker was when trying to commit a crime. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about for this situation. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think about everything down below in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.